The Last Thing, He Told Me by Laura Dave, is a heart-pounding mystery and emotional drama, combining suspense, family ties, and self-discovery. This New York Times bestseller follows Hannah Hall, a woman whose seemingly perfect life is upended when her husband, Owen Michaels, disappears without a trace. Owen leaves a cryptic note behind, "Protect her," referring to his teenage daughter, Bailey. As Hannah struggles to uncover the truth about Owen's disappearance, she discovers shocking secrets about his past and Bailey's identity, forcing her to question everything she knew about the man she married. Laura Dave is a best-selling author known for her emotionally resonant storytelling and compelling characters. With works translated into over 30 languages, Dave has earned critical acclaim for her ability to craft gripping narratives that explore the complexities of relationships and personal growth. The Last Thing He Told Me has garnered widespread attention, including being selected as a Reese Witherspoon book club pick. Dave's writing is celebrated for its intricate plotting, relatable characters, and poignant exploration of love, trust, and resilience. Prologue. The Last Thing He Told Me. Hannah Hall's world shifts dramatically when she receives a brief and enigmatic note from her husband, Owen Michaels. The two simple words, "Protect her," written in his familiar handwriting, are her last communication from him. They immediately spark confusion, alarm, and an overwhelming sense of dread. While Owen's message is direct, its meaning is far from clear. Her only means Bailey, Owen's 16-year-old daughter, who has never entirely accepted Hannah's presence. What exactly does Owen want Hannah to protect Bailey from, and why has he vanished without explanation? These questions reverberate in Hannah's mind as she tries to make sense of her new reality. Owen's sudden disappearance is entirely out of character. Hannah reflects on their life together, built on a seemingly unshakable foundation of trust and love. Though not long-standing, their marriage had felt secure, providing both a fresh start. They lived a comfortable and somewhat idyllic life on a houseboat in Sausalito, California, a picturesque backdrop to their blended family dynamic. But now, Owen's absence exposes fractures Hannah hadn't noticed before, secrets he kept, questions he never fully answered, and a past he carefully avoided discussing. Bailey's reaction to her father's disappearance is raw and visceral. The teenager, fiercely independent and skeptical of Hannah's role in her life, lashes out in frustration and confusion. For Bailey, Owen was her anchor, the one constant in a life already marked by upheaval. His disappearance feels like a betrayal, and Hannah becomes an easy target for her anger. This volatile relationship between Hannah and Bailey adds another layer of complexity to an already precarious situation. Hannah must protect Bailey and find a way to bridge the emotional gap between them to navigate the challenges together. As hours turn into a day, the gravity of the situation becomes undeniable. Federal agents arrive at Hannah's door, asking pointed questions about Owen's whereabouts and involvement with The Shop, a prominent software company where he worked as a coder. The federal agents suggest that The Shop is at the center of a massive fraud investigation, implicating Owen in financial misconduct. Their suspicion is clear. They believe Owen knew of the impending investigation and chose to disappear rather than face the consequences. This revelation shocks Hannah to her core. Could the man she trusted with her life, who left her such a heartfelt yet cryptic note, really be involved in criminal activity? Hannah is torn between the image of the loving, supportive husband she knows and the shadowy figure the federal agents describe. She replays moments from their life together, searching for clues to reconcile these two conflicting versions of Owen. She recalls his tenderness, unwavering commitment to Bailey, and efforts to create a stable home for their family. Yet, she also remembers his reluctance to discuss his past, vague explanations about certain aspects of his life, and the walls he sometimes erected when asked probing questions. These memories now take on a new, unsettling significance. Adding to the mystery, a duffel bag containing a large amount of cash is found at Bailey's school. This discovery raises even more questions about Owen's motives and actions. Why would he leave such a significant sum of money behind, and what does it mean for Bailey's safety? The note and the bag together paint a picture of a man preparing for an escape, but Hannah cannot shake the feeling that Owen's actions are driven by something more profound than fear of legal repercussions. For her part, Bailey begins to experience flashes of memory that hint at a past she doesn't fully understand. These fragmented recollections of people, places, and moments begin to surface as the investigation into Owen's disappearance deepens. Hannah realizes that Bailey's memories may be key to understanding Owen's actions. However, prying these memories loose is no small task, especially given Bailey's resistance to opening up to Hannah. Uncovering the truth about Owen now rests squarely on Hannah's shoulders, a weight she never anticipated carrying. The prologue sets the stage for the unfolding drama and creates a sense of urgency and emotional stakes permeating the story. Hannah's love for Owen is unshaken, yet she cannot ignore the mounting evidence that suggests he was involved in something far more dangerous than she ever imagined. As she begins piecing together the fragments of his past, she realizes that her safety and Bailey's may be at risk. The note, "Protect her," becomes Hannah's guiding principle. Those two words carry layers of meaning: protect Bailey from harm, protect her from the truth, or perhaps protect her from herself. Hannah's interpretation of Owen's last message evolves as she uncovers more about the man she married and the life he left behind. The cryptic nature of the note reflects the complexity of Owen's actions and the secrets he carries. It also underscores Owen's profound trust in Hannah, even as he decides to leave her behind. The prologue ends with Hannah standing on the precipice of a journey she never expected to take. Her once stable life has been upended, leaving her with more questions than answers. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, one thing is clear. Hannah is determined to protect Bailey at all costs, just as Owen asked. This determination drives her actions as she unravels the mystery of Owen's disappearance and the secrets he so carefully concealed. With the stage set and the stakes established, Hannah begins to uncover the truth about Owen's disappearance. The answers lie in the present and the shadows of his past, where dangerous secrets and hidden identities await. As she delves more deeply, the bonds between Hannah and Bailey will be tested, and their choices will redefine their understanding of family, trust, and love. Part 1. Disappearance. The story begins with Hannah Hall trying to piece together the sudden and baffling disappearance of her husband, Owen Michaels. The cryptic note he left behind, which read, "Protect her," had thrown her life into chaos. Though she initially hoped for a simple explanation, it quickly becomes apparent that Owen's disappearance is not a random event, but part of a more significant, more dangerous situation. Protecting Bailey, Owen's 16-year-old daughter, becomes Hannah's priority, even as she struggles to understand what or who they need protection from. As Hannah grapples with Owen's absence, she reflects on the life they had built together. Their home on a houseboat in Sausalito was meant to be a sanctuary, a place where they could create a new beginning as a blended family. Owen had always been a devoted father and husband, though he rarely spoke about his past. Now, the silence surrounding his history feels ominous. Questions arise that Hannah never thought to ask. Where did Owen come from? Why was he so secretive about his previous life? And why would he leave without saying goodbye? The arrival of law enforcement adds another layer of complexity. Federal agents knock on Hannah's door, their questions pointed and suspicious. They inquire about Owen's role at the shop, the high-profile software company where he worked as a coder. Allegations of fraud and embezzlement swirl around the company, and Owen's sudden disappearance makes him a prime suspect. The agents' questions imply that Owen may have known about the company's illegal activities and fled to avoid prosecution. But Hannah struggles to reconcile this version of Owen with the man she married, a man of integrity and unwavering loyalty. Adding to the mystery, a duffel bag containing a large sum of cash is discovered in Bailey's school locker. The discovery raises alarming questions. Did Owen leave the money for Bailey? Was it meant to help them escape? Or was it a part of something more sinister? Already distraught over her father's disappearance, Bailey becomes more withdrawn and defensive. Her relationship with Hannah, never remarkably close, deteriorates further under the weight of these revelations. Hannah's determination to protect Bailey drives her to take action. She begins digging into Owen's past, seeking answers to the questions law enforcement can't or won't address. Her first step is to track down people who might know more about Owen's history. She contacts colleagues from the shop, friends from his earlier years, and even visits places Owen had mentioned in passing. Each lead uncovers fragments of a life that Owen had carefully hidden, but none provide the clarity Hannah desperately needs. Bailey's fragmented memories become an unexpected source of information. Though she initially resists Hannah's attempts to involve her in the search, Bailey begins to recall small details about her childhood that seem out of place. A memory of a family trip, a face she recognizes in an old photograph, or a name she'd heard Owen mention in passing. These fragments start to form a picture of a life that Bailey never fully understood. As Hannah pieces these clues together, she realizes that Owen's past is far more complicated than she could have imagined. The turning point comes when Hannah discovers an old photograph tucked away in Owen's belongings. The photo shows a younger Owen with a woman and child, neither of whom Hannah recognizes. The discovery is both shocking and heartbreaking. Who are these people, and what role did they play in Owen's life? The realization that Owen had an entire existence he never shared with her shakes Hannah to her core, yet she refuses to let these revelations derail her mission. If anything, they strengthen her resolve to uncover the truth and protect Bailey, as Owen's note had instructed. As Hannah's search intensifies, she begins to uncover hints of a dangerous connection between Owen and individuals from his past. These connections suggest that Owen's disappearance was an attempt to escape legal trouble and a move to shield his family from potential harm. The more Hannah learns, the more she understands that Owen's actions were driven by love and a desire to protect her and Bailey. However, this understanding does little to ease the mounting tension or the growing sense of danger. Bailey, meanwhile, struggles to process the reality of her father's disappearance. Her memories of Owen as a devoted and loving parent clash with the revelations about his involvement in fraud and his hidden past. Bailey's relationship with Hannah becomes a focal point of the story. The two must learn to trust each other despite overwhelming uncertainty. Through moments of vulnerability and shared determination, they begin to forge a fragile bond, united by their love for Owen and desire to uncover the truth. The theme of trust is central throughout Part 1. Hannah is forced to confront the possibility that Owen may have lied to her about key aspects of his life, yet she cannot ignore the love and devotion he showed her and Bailey. This duality makes her quest for answers all the more poignant. She must navigate a labyrinth of secrets and lies, relying on her intuition and determination to guide her. As Part 1 concludes, Hannah and Bailey find themselves at a crossroads. The clues they've uncovered point to a hidden truth about Owen's identity and the reasons for his disappearance. Yet, the whole picture remains elusive. Hannah realizes that to protect Bailey and honor Owen's wishes, she must delve even deeper into the mystery, no matter how painful or dangerous the journey becomes. Unraveling secrets. Hannah's search for answers has only begun. With each new revelation, she inches closer to the truth about Owen's past and the secrets he fought so hard to keep hidden. As the stakes rise and the danger becomes more palpable, Hannah must rely on her courage, ingenuity, and newfound bond with Bailey to uncover the necessary answers. Part 2 delves into the unraveling of Owen's carefully constructed life, where every clue brings them closer to the heart of the mystery and the threats that come with it. Part 2: Unraveling Secrets. As Hannah Hall continues her search for answers, the layers of Owen Michaels' carefully hidden past begin to unravel. Each clue she uncovers leads to more questions, and the path forward becomes increasingly treacherous. Hannah's resolve to protect Bailey and uncover the truth remains unwavering, but the stakes grow higher with every step. In this section, the mystery deepens, and Hannah discovers the extent of Owen's sacrifices, secrets, and the dangers they now face. Bailey's memories, and the first clue. Bailey's fragmented childhood memories start to take on new meaning. One memory, in particular, becomes pivotal, a vision of a church in a small town and a woman's face she cannot place. Bailey recalls visiting this church with her father years ago, though the details are hazy. Intrigued by this recollection, Hannah investigates further, hoping the church might hold a clue to Owen's past. Hannah and Bailey embark on a tense road trip to Austin, Texas, where the church is located. The journey is fraught with emotional tension, as Bailey's mistrust of Hannah resurfaces. However, the shared goal of finding Owen's connection to this church helps them bond, albeit reluctantly. Along the way, Hannah reflects on how little she knows about Owen's past and life before meeting her. She wonders what drove him to keep so many secrets and whether she will ever fully understand the man she married. the small-town mystery. When they arrive in Austin, the church's exterior feels eerily familiar to Bailey, reinforcing her belief that it holds the key to understanding her father's disappearance. Hannah discovers a plaque inside the church, commemorating a local family, the Rosses, whose name Bailey vaguely remembers from her childhood. A brief conversation with the church's caretaker reveals that the Ross family had a prominent presence in the town and was known for their involvement in local business and politics. The caretaker's description of the Rosses, particularly a man named Nicholas Ross, piques Hannah's curiosity, as the name seems connected to Bailey's father. Hannah digs deeper into the Ross family's history and learns that Nicholas Ross had been embroiled in a legal scandal years earlier. Although the details are murky, the scandal involved accusations of corruption and fraud, eerily similar to the allegations now surrounding the shop. The timeline aligns suspiciously with Owen's decision to leave Austin and reinvent himself in California. Could Owen have been connected to the Ross family? Was his departure from Austin motivated by something more sinister than a desire for a fresh start? Bailey's growing awareness. Bailey's memories continue to surface, offering more pieces of the puzzle. She recalls attending events where the Ross family was present, though she struggles to remember specific details. As Hannah gently encourages Bailey to share more, the teenager opens up, revealing her growing awareness of the depth of her father's secrets. Bailey's initial anger and frustration give way to a sense of responsibility as she realizes she holds the key to understanding Owen's actions. One particularly vivid memory emerges. Bailey remembers attending a family gathering where Nicholas Ross gave a speech. Bailey recalls feeling out of place in the memory, sensing that her presence was controversial. This memory suggests that Bailey's connection to the Ross family might be more significant than she realizes. Could she be related to them? And if so, why would Owen hide this connection from her? The discovery of a hidden identity. Hannah's investigation takes a dramatic turn when she uncovers documents suggesting Owen Michaels is not his real name. The revelation is shocking and heartbreaking. The man Hannah thought she knew had been living under a false identity, hiding from a past he never shared with her. The documents also hint at a connection to Nicholas Ross, further deepening the mystery. Why would Owen change his name, and what was he running from? Hannah's discovery leads her to a local attorney who had once represented the Ross family. The attorney, though initially hesitant to share information, eventually reveals a startling truth. Owen Michaels was once known as Ethan Young, the son-in-law of Nicholas Ross. The revelation is a bombshell, confirming that Owen had a deeply personal connection to the Ross family and a reason to disappear. The attorney explains that Owen's wife, Bailey's biological mother, was Nicholas Ross's daughter, who had died under mysterious circumstances. After her death, Owen, then Ethan, became entangled in a legal battle with the Ross family over custody of Bailey. The weight of the past. As the pieces of Owen's past come together, Hannah begins to understand the lengths he went to protect Bailey. Owen's decision to flee Austin and assume a new identity was driven by his desire to shield Bailey from the influence of the Ross family, whom he believed to be corrupt and dangerous. His actions were not those of a criminal, but of a father willing to sacrifice everything for his daughter's safety. Hannah shares this information with Bailey, who struggles to process the truth about her family. The revelation that her father had hidden such significant details about her past is both painful and illuminating. Bailey begins to see her father's actions in a new light, recognizing the love and fear that motivated him. At the same time, she grapples with the loss of the life she thought she knew and the uncertainty of what lies ahead. Tensions and threats. Hannah's investigation does not go unnoticed. As she delves deeper into Owen's past, she receives veiled threats from individuals connected to the Ross family. These threats are a stark reminder that the danger Owen tried to escape is real and now extends to Hannah and Bailey. The tension escalates as Hannah realizes that her quest for answers may have put them in even greater jeopardy. Despite the growing danger, Hannah remains steadfast in her determination to protect Bailey and honor Owen's wishes. She begins formulating a plan to confront the Ross family directly, hoping to secure Bailey's safety. The stakes have never been higher, and Hannah knows that her choices will shape their lives in the coming days. A turning point. The section concludes with a pivotal moment. Hannah and Bailey standing outside the Ross family estate, preparing to face the people who hold the answers to their questions and the key to their future. The journey has brought them closer together, forging a bond that transcends their initial animosity. As they prepare to confront the truth, Hannah reflects on how far they've come and the challenges that still lie ahead. Bailey's identity. The revelations about Owen's past and Bailey's connection to the Ross family set the stage for the next chapter of their journey. In Part 3, Hannah and Bailey must navigate the complexities of Bailey's true identity, uncovering the full extent of Owen's sacrifices and the legacy he sought to protect. The road ahead is fraught with danger, but promises understanding and closure. Part 3, Bailey's identity. As the mystery deepens, Hannah and Bailey's journey takes a more personal and poignant turn. Austen's revelations about Owen's true identity and connection to the Ross family leave them grappling with new questions and uncertainties. Part 3 delves into the heart of Bailey's identity, unraveling the secrets Owen worked so hard to protect while challenging the fragile bond between Hannah and her stepdaughter. The stakes rise with every answer they uncover, and the danger becomes increasingly palpable. A new perspective. Bailey, resistant to Hannah's efforts to protect and connect with her, shifts her perspective. The revelations about her father's past and her biological mother's connection to the Ross family force her to confront the life she thought she knew. For years, she believed her father's world revolved solely around her, but now she realizes the lengths Owen went to shield her from the shadows of her family history. These realizations deepen Bailey's understanding of her father and allow her to see Hannah as more than just an outsider, someone equally committed to. Bailey's memories become sharper and more vivid as she allows herself to revisit previously ignored or dismissed moments. One particularly poignant memory involves a birthday party from her childhood, where she recalls being introduced to people who seemed to treat her with undue reverence. Bailey remembers feeling special and uneasy, as if she were being watched. These fragmented recollections take on new significance as Hannah pieces together the implications of Bailey's connection to the Ross family. Tracing the past. Hannah's investigation leads her to dig deeper into the Ross family's history. She uncovers the full extent of the family's influence through old newspaper archives, court records, and interviews with locals in Austen. The Rosses are not just a prominent family, but are deeply entrenched in the local economy, politics, and legal system. Their wealth and power have enabled them to bury scandals and manipulate narratives to suit their needs. Nicholas Ross, in particular, emerges as a formidable figure, a man who commands loyalty through fear and influence. Hannah's research also reveals details about Bailey's biological mother, Catherine Ross. Catherine's tragic death, which had always been shrouded in ambiguity, now appears to be linked to the family's internal conflicts. Catherine had been a strong-willed woman who often clashed with her father, Nicholas, over his ruthless tactics and questionable ethics. Her marriage to Owen, then Ethan Young, had been a source of contention, as Nicholas disapproved of their union and saw Owen as a threat to his control over Catherine and Bailey. The timeline of events suggests that Owen's decision to flee Austen was precipitated by a critical turning point, a custody battle over Bailey. Nicholas had attempted to gain legal custody of his granddaughter, citing Owen's inability to provide a stable environment. Owen's departure, therefore, was not an act of cowardice, but a desperate attempt to keep Bailey out of Nicholas's grasp. The more Hannah learns, the more she understands the magnitude of Owen's sacrifices and the life-or-death stakes of his decisions. Bailey's struggle. The revelations about her family are both illuminating and devastating for Bailey. The knowledge that her biological mother was caught in the Ross family's web of control adds a layer of complexity to her identity. Bailey grapples with feelings of anger, betrayal, and confusion as she tries to reconcile her love for her father with the secrets he kept from her. At the same time, she begins to appreciate the depth of his love and the lengths he went to protect her. Bailey's internal struggle manifests in moments of vulnerability and defiance. She lashes out at Hannah, blaming her for dredging up painful truths, but also turns to her for support when the weight of these revelations becomes too much to bear. Their relationship evolves from mutual mistrust to a fragile but genuine partnership. Hannah's unwavering commitment to Bailey's safety and well-being earns her a measure of the teenager's trust. though their bond remains tested by their challenges. The Ross family's shadow. As Hannah and Bailey continue their journey, they become increasingly aware of the Ross family's reach. The veiled threats they encountered in Austin escalated into overt warnings. Hannah receives anonymous messages advising her to abandon her search, while strangers seem to watch their every move. The sense of being followed and monitored heightens their anxiety and reinforces the urgency of uncovering the truth before it's too late. A critical moment occurs when Hannah confronts Nicholas Ross directly. Their meeting is tense and charged, with Nicholas exuding an air of authority and menace. He acknowledges Bailey's importance to the family, but insists his intentions are purely altruistic. Nicholas claims he only wants what's best for Bailey, framing Owen's actions as reckless and irresponsible. However, Hannah sees through his facade, recognizing his words' underlying threats and manipulation. The encounter solidifies her resolve to protect Bailey at all costs, even if it means standing up to a man as powerful as Nicholas. Uncovering Bailey's true identity. The culmination of Hannah's investigation reveals a shocking truth. Bailey's real name is Kristen Ross, and she is the sole heir to the Ross family fortune. This revelation explains the reverence and attention Bailey experienced as a child and how Owen hid her identity. By assuming a new identity and relocating to California, Owen sought to give Bailey a chance at an everyday life free from the constraints and expectations of the Ross family legacy. The revelation also sheds light on Owen's note, "Protect her." It was not just a plea to shield Bailey from physical harm, but a directive to safeguard her future and her autonomy. Owen knew that the Ross family's influence could strip Bailey of her freedom and shape her life in ways she would never choose for herself. His disappearance, though heartbreaking, was an act of love and selflessness designed to ensure Bailey's safety. The weight of choice. As the section draws closer, Hannah and Bailey face a critical decision. The truth about Bailey's identity and the Ross family's intentions leaves them at a crossroads. Should they confront the Rosses, risk their wrath, or continue to evade them and live in fear? The decision is uncertain, but Hannah's determination to honor Owen's wishes remains unwavering. She vows to protect Bailey, no matter the cost, and to ensure that her stepdaughter's future is one of freedom and self-determination. The resolution. Hannah and Bailey's journey has uncovered the truth about Owen's past and Bailey's heritage, but the danger is far from over. In Part 4, they must navigate the final confrontation with the Ross family and make choices that will shape their lives forever. The resolution of their story hinges on their ability to outmaneuver powerful adversaries and find strength in their bond as a family. Part 4, the resolution. The tension reaches its peak as Hannah and Bailey confront the full weight of the truth about Owen Michaels' disappearance and Bailey's connection to the Ross family. This section explores the resolution of the mysteries uncovered in their journey, their choices to protect their future, and the sacrifices required to move forward. The stakes are higher than ever, and every decision carries profound consequences. A plan of action. Knowing Bailey's true identity as Kristen Ross and her position as the sole heir to the Ross family's vast fortune, Hannah understands that evasion is no longer an option. The Ross family's reach and determination make it clear that they will not stop until Bailey is under their control. Recognizing the need for a decisive confrontation, Hannah devises a plan to secure Bailey's future while honoring Owen's final wishes. The plan begins with a thorough examination of the Ross family's operations. Hannah leverages the resources she's gathered throughout her journey, including documents, contacts, and the insights of those familiar with the Rosses. She then uses a strategy to negotiate directly with Nicholas Ross to establish boundaries that will protect Bailey's autonomy while neutralizing the family's influence. The confrontation. Hannah and Bailey travel back to Austin, where they arrange a meeting with Nicholas Ross at his sprawling estate. The confrontation is tense from the outset, with Nicholas exuding an air of calculated authority. He welcomes them with an unsettling mix of warmth and menace, making it clear that he holds the upper hand. Nicholas expresses his desire to bring Bailey back into the family fold, portraying himself as a benevolent patriarch, intent on providing her with every opportunity and resource imaginable. Hannah, however, sees through his carefully crafted facade. She recognizes the subtle threats in his words and how he seeks to manipulate Bailey by appealing to her sense of belonging and curiosity about her mother's legacy. Hannah counters Nicholas's arguments firmly, clarifying that Bailey's well-being and freedom are non-negotiable. Bailey, too, finds her voice during the meeting. Having grappled with her identity and the revelations about her family, she asserts her agency and expresses her desire to live life on her terms. She confronts Nicholas about the family's past actions, including their attempts to control her parents and the circumstances surrounding her mother's death. Bailey's courage in standing up to Nicholas marks a turning point in her journey, as she transitions from being a passive participant in the story to an active defender of her future. Owen's final sacrifice. Amid the confrontation, Hannah reveals a critical piece of information she uncovered during her investigation. Owen's decision to disappear was an act of protection and a form of leverage. By removing himself from the equation, Owen forced the Ross family to negotiate on terms prioritizing Bailey's safety. His actions were a calculated risk, designed to ensure that Bailey would have the freedom to choose her path without interference. This revelation underscores the depth of Owen's love and sacrifice. He willingly gave up his life, identity, and family to shield Bailey from the Ross family's grasp. Hannah shares this with Bailey, emphasizing that Owen's choices were driven by his unwavering commitment to her well-being. The emotional weight of this realization deepens Bailey's understanding of her father and reinforces her resolve to honor his legacy. A new beginning. The negotiation with Nicholas Ross concludes with a tenuous agreement. Nicholas reluctantly agrees to relinquish his claims over Bailey, provided that certain conditions are met. These include preserving Bailey's anonymity and Hannah's commitment to informing her about Bailey's life and progress. While the terms are far from ideal, they represent a compromise that allows Hannah and Bailey to move forward without constant fear of retribution. Hannah and Bailey return to Sausalito, where they begin to rebuild their lives. Once a symbol of their fractured family, the houseboat becomes a sanctuary where they can heal and grow. Bailey's relationship with Hannah continues to evolve, deepening through shared experiences and mutual respect. Their journey together has forged a bond that transcends their initial animosity, transforming them into a true family. The story's resolution brings profound lessons about love, sacrifice, and the complexities of family. Hannah reflects on the journey, recognizing how it has shaped her and Bailey. She learns to appreciate the strength of facing adversity and the importance of protecting the people we love, even when it requires difficult choices. For Bailey, the journey provides a deeper understanding of her identity and legacy. She embraces the freedom Owen fought to give her, using it to chart her course in life. The experiences she endured, the revelations, confrontations, and moments of vulnerability, equip her with the resilience needed to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Epilogue. Moving forward. The story concludes with a glimpse into Hannah and Bailey's lives after the resolution. They find solace in the small moments of everyday life, cherishing the peace they've fought so hard to achieve. While the scars of their journey remain, they serve as reminders of the strength and love that carried them through. Hannah's determination to honor Owen's wishes and protect Bailey has given way to a new chapter defined by hope, resilience, and the promise of a brighter future. Transition to closing reflections. Hannah and Bailey's story's resolution brings closure to the mysteries that have defined their journey, but it also leaves room for reflection on the enduring impact of love and sacrifice. As they move forward, they carry the lessons of their past, forging a future built on trust, understanding, and the unbreakable family bond. Closing reflections. As Hannah and Bailey's journey ends, the last thing he told me leaves readers with profound insights about love, sacrifice, and the lengths people go to protect those they care about. The story's conclusion isn't just about uncovering the truth and finding a way to move forward while honoring the past. In this final reflection, the book's key themes are revisited, providing a deeper understanding of the character's growth and lessons learned. The enduring power of love. At its core, the story is a testament to the transformative power of love. Though shrouded in mystery and sometimes painful for those left behind, Owen's actions were driven by an unwavering commitment to Bailey's safety and future. his sacrifices serve as a reminder that love often requires selflessness and courage. Hannah's journey mirrors this sentiment as she steps into the role of protector and caretaker, forging a bond with Bailey that transcends their initial differences. In this story, love is not just about romance or familial ties, but also about the choices we make to prioritize the well-being of others. Owen's final message, "Protect her," encapsulates this theme, illustrating that love is often expressed through actions rather than words. The impact of his passion is evident in Bailey's growth and resilience, and Hannah's determination to honor his wishes. Identity and self-discovery. Bailey's journey is self-discovery as she uncovers the truth about her past and learns to embrace her identity. The revelations about her connection to the Ross family and her name, Kristen Ross, force her to confront questions of belonging and purpose. Through these challenges, Bailey finds strength in defining her path, separate from the expectations and pressures of her family's legacy. Hannah, too, undergoes a process of self-discovery. Initially unsure of her role in Bailey's life, she grows into a figure of stability and guidance. Her determination to uncover the truth and protect Bailey helps her realize her capacity for resilience and love. Together, Hannah and Bailey's journeys highlight the importance of understanding oneself and embracing the complexities of identity. Sacrifice and redemption. Owen's disappearance and his choices to protect Bailey underscore the theme of sacrifice. His willingness to give up his happiness and security for the sake of his daughter is a poignant reminder of the lengths people go to for those they love. This sacrifice is heartbreaking and inspiring, demonstrating the profound impact of putting others before oneself. Redemption is another key theme, as Hannah and Bailey find ways to heal and move forward. While Owen's absence leaves a void, his actions pave the way for their growth and transformation. The story's resolution shows that redemption often comes through understanding and forgiveness, as Hannah and Bailey come to terms with the truth and find a way to honor Owen's legacy. The strength of relationships. One of the most compelling aspects of the story is the evolution of Hannah and Bailey's relationship. What begins as a strained and distant dynamic evolves into a deep and meaningful bond. Through shared challenges and moments of vulnerability, they unexpectedly rely on each other. This transformation highlights the importance of trust, communication, and empathy in building strong relationships. The story also explores the impact of relationships on identity and decision-making. Owen's relationships with Hannah and Bailey shape his actions, just as their relationships with him influence their journeys. These connections remind us of the interconnectedness of human experiences and how relationships define and sustain us. Moving forward, the story's conclusion leaves readers with a sense of hope and closure. While the journey is fraught with challenges and heartache, it ultimately leads to a place of understanding and peace. Despite the weight of their past, Hannah and Bailey's ability to move forward is an inspiring testament to resilience and the human spirit. Hannah's reflections on Owen and their shared experiences provide a poignant ending to the narrative. She acknowledges the pain of his absence, but also recognizes the gifts he left behind: a deeper connection with Bailey, a renewed sense of purpose, and the knowledge that love endures even in the face of loss. Bailey, too, carries Owen's legacy with her, using the strength he instilled in her to forge her path. Final takeaways. The Last Thing. He Told Me powerfully explores love, sacrifice, and identity. Its characters are complex and relatable, navigating situations that challenge their understanding of themselves and their relationships. The story's themes resonate on a universal level, reminding us of the importance of trust, resilience, and the enduring power of love. As the book ends, readers are left grateful for the journey and its lessons. Owen's final message, "Protect her," reminds us of our responsibilities to those we care about and the lengths we go to ensure their happiness and safety. If this story moved you as much as it did us, share your thoughts in the comments below. What resonated with you the most? Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel for more inspiring book summaries, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Let's explore the transformative power of storytelling and the lessons we can carry into our lives.